Welcome to the Players to Watch episode for Gameweek 13. First up is Philippe Coutinho. Liverpool were held to a 0-0 draw by a very solid Southampton side in Gameweek 12, but their 12 goals in the last 4 games puts them level with Chelsea for goals scored, and no team have scored more goals in that period. The Brazilian international has attempted 20 assists in the last 6 game weeks, and only West Ham's Dimitri Payet has produced more. Coutinho has also taken 24 attempts on goal during the same period, with 12 coming from inside the area and 8 hitting the target. Up next for Liverpool is a home game against Sunderland. Back-to-back wins in their last 2 games has lifted them off the bottom spot, and they now sit 19th in the league table. Those wins did come against fairly weak opposition in Bournemouth and Hull, and an away trip to Anfield will provide a much bigger test. The next player to watch is Olivier Giroud. The French international has missed a great deal of the season due to injury, and Alexis Sanchez has impressed in the forward role since Giroud's absence. But with 3 goals in his last 3 appearances from the bench, the striker is doing all he can to earn a recall to the starting lineup. Giroud's goals have been crucial ones so far. In Gameweek 12, his late equaliser against Man United rescued a point for Arsenal in a match they probably didn't deserve anything from, in fairness. Similarly, his first goal against Sunderland a few weeks ago changed the game and gave his team the boost they needed to go on and win the game. So it's likely that Wenger will be giving some thought to returning the French forward to the starting lineup. It's a home game against Bournemouth in Gameweek 13. While they haven't been conceding too many goals, they have struggled for points of late, and their win against Stoke ended a spell of 3 games without one. Next up is Gylfi Sigurdsson. Swansea's 1-1 draw with Everton saw a much more positive performance from the Welsh side than in recent weeks, and it was only a late goal that denied them 3 points. However, despite their bad run of form, which has seen Swansea end up bottom of the Premier League table, Gylfi Sigurdsson has been quietly returning FPL points and has been behind everything his team have offered going forwards. The Iceland international has been directly involved in 5 of Swansea's last 7 Premier League goals, scoring 2 and providing 3 assists. In the last 4 game weeks, only Roberto Firmino has matched Sigurdsson's 8 shots on target, and no player in the league has managed more. Swansea have a promising run of fixtures coming up between now and January, with home games against Crystal Palace, Sunderland, West Ham and Bournemouth, as well as some kind of away trips too. In Gameweek 13, they'll take on a Crystal Palace side that have lost each of their last 5 Premier League games, conceding 13 goals in the process. Only Hull can match them for goals conceded in that period, and no team have conceded more. And the final player to watch for this game week is Cedric. The Portuguese international returned from injury in Gameweek 12 to help his team keep out an informed Liverpool side. Cedric has now kept a clean sheet in each of his last 3 full Premier League games. The right back's place in the team looks fairly secure. He started whenever he's been fit, while providing a 0.5 million discount on each of the other starting defenders at Southampton. Southampton's defence has looked fairly solid this season. They've kept 4 clean sheets in their last 8 games, conceding just 6 goals over that period, which is level with Arsenal and Spurs, and only Chelsea have conceded fewer. Saints have a very kind run of fixtures, with Crystal Palace, Middlesbrough, Stoke and Bournemouth to come in the next 5 game weeks. Up next for them is a home fixture against Everton, a side that have taken a slight dip in form recently. They've won just once in their last 7 Premier League games, losing 3 and drawing 3. They've scored just 6 goals during that period. Only Middlesbrough and Hull have scored fewer goals. FanDuel is a one-day fantasy football game where you can play for real money. Enter a new contest every Premier League weekend. Challenge the FPLtips team in the Gameweek 13 fan favourite contest, and you could win a share of £5,000. So before I tell you exactly how you can get involved, let's take a look at the FPLtips team for Gameweek 13. We've gone very cheap at the back, with Leicester's backup goalkeeper Ziella. Fabio and Wimmer could provide budget options in defence, with Friend injured for Middlesbrough and both Rose and Davis likely to be out for Spurs. We've got the big hitters in midfield, with Coutinho, De Bruyne and Mane, Sigurdsson and Snodgrass for set pieces, and a strike partnership of Olivier Giroud and Troy Deeney up top. So if you think you can beat this team, head over to fanduel.co.uk via the link in the description below and enter the fan favourite league. Use the promo code FPLtips and FanDuel will match your first deposit all the way up to £400. Bonus credit is earned as you play at a rate of 5%. They'll also give you back your first stake if you don't win, up to the value of £10. So if you're over 18 and you'd like to get involved, head over to fanduel.co.uk and use the promo code FPLtips.